Okay, a short video here uh, for a very important subject, which I've never seen anybody on YouTube mentioning or trying to analyze this subject, which is very important. It's why Israel and why the Jews were picked to be at such a central place in all this revelation that God has given us in the last 3,000 years, right? And it hit me about a year ago because I'm a bit of a geography buff, not buffoon. And I said, it's all about location. I was looking at that in the map. Of course, I knew that because I'm from the neighborhood. It's just Israel is where the three continents, Europe, Asia, and Africa, meet. Can you imagine for a better location to put the stage for this play that we witnessed in the last 3,000 years? Since the time of the patriarchs and later with Jesus and all the rest of it. It's such a central location. And don't forget, it was surrounded by all these great civilizations of the past, which at that time were in their last days, but still there was this debris of ancient civilization all around Israel. So that's another plus in my books. Uh, so so he chooses this location, but the people, and then he needs a new people because he wants to start new, yeah. But he didn't want to choose the existing population, what we collectively call the Canaanites there, because he says many times in the Old Testament that they've been worshiping basically demonic deities, Moloch and Astoreth and child sacrifices. You get the idea. So he picks this guy, Abraham, from the deserts of western Mesopotamia, basically a random, pretty much a random guy. And because he wanted to create a new tribe, a new, his people, so to speak, yeah, as he says many times and these people would be the protagonists, and they would be the extras and everything else in the coming drama that he had in mind. And that's why the Israelites were created. And that's why he told them, you have to clear the land of Israel from all the current occupants for the reasons I described earlier, yeah, because they're pagans and they will lead you astray. And many times, we know the golden calf story, and the Israelites always backsliding all the time. Uh, so he needed them to be alone in the land of Israel because for the reason, had good reasons for that. So people who hate Israel and the Jews, they don't realize that they were being there for a purpose. They were giving divine orders back in the old days, and also not in the 40s and whatever, to clear the populations, to clear them. Because first time they were pagans, and now they were Muslims, yeah, the original inhabitants. In the 30s, 40s, yeah, when the Jews started moving, and later, and now it's happening with Gaza too. But my feeling is all these people who are suffering, because yes, indeed the Palestinians have suffered. They have suffered. Uh, a lot of that of their own making, but anyway, let's say they have suffered. But my understanding is God never leaves anybody unpaid. If indeed they have suffered, then for each one of them, people have died, from bombs and whatever, they'll get paid. Don't worry, because the play that was presented in Israel, in the land of Israel, all these 2,000 years, is way more important than the life of Palestinians or Greeks for that matter, or Turks. Yeah? It was a grand play, and there would be collateral damage always. So I believe God will repay all these innocent children who, yes, many have died and still dying as I speak. But as the old song goes, when the Lord get ready, you gotta move. Yeah, you are nothing in God's designs. He can clear us tomorrow. And you look at the book of Revelation. I mean, Armageddon, mayhem will affect everybody. Yeah, and he's not gonna affect the Palestinians there who never accepted him to start with, and they would interfere for sure with his. If he had left them there back in the older days, and definitely in the classical period, let's call it, of the first 1,000 years until Jesus' time, and there's no way that they would have interfered with all the proceedings there, the Judaism and Christianity later. Yeah, so they had to be gone. Okay, so that explains all this, everything in my books. He chose a location, and he needed new people to start fresh, to put this story into play.